What? What? I hate him. All right, welcome back to Street Race Solutions workshop and I was trying to think of a word, but welcome back to Street Race Solutions workshop and fun time quality content producing arena. You're welcome. In front of us, in front of you, next to me, in front of you guys, we've got Joe's XJS Jaguar. So it's a little bit different than the usual vehicles that we've got in the workshop, but still nice little quirky little build, I guess you'd say. George. An XJS Jaguar originally would have had a V12 in it. During its lifetime, somebody's chucked a 5-litre Commodore engine in it.
Which is just disgusting.
So we're gonna rip that out, and we've got a little LS1 sitting over there on the stand that we're just gonna quickly, we're gonna dump in there, wire it up and get it hoorooing. So it's got it, so it's had fit. 5 litres not actually that bad for their time, I guess. Like the 5 litre was the LS1 conversion of the period. So, but this thing sat around for years and it's not running right, and it's kind of a diminishing returns engine. So rather than spend the money getting this thing running right just for it to be mediocre, we're going to rip it out, put the LS1 in there. Nice and simple conversion, been done millions of times. So we're going to put that in. Nice stainless exhaust. It's got a very nice turbo 400, so a built manualized turbo 400 gearbox to go in it, and that's pretty much it for the first round. So it'll just be a nice stock LS1 with a mathless tune. From there we'll probably in the future either get a nice little turbo on it, put 5 pound or something like that up its, or what, Stuart Young? What do you want, Stuart Young? Hey, what's your social security number? 69. Anyway, we're hopeful. So these are like a turbo 700 box, which is very similar to the turbo 400 box. So we're hopeful that the turbo 400 will actually bolt in with the existing cross member, and then we'll pretty much just sit the LS in, modify the sump to suit the cross member, and then just tack mounts up. So if that's the case, it'll make this process a little bit quicker and a little bit easier. If not, we'll have to fabricate a cross member for it as well, but that's not really here or there. So we're gonna get this ripped out now. It's all ready to come out. Got it all ready to go yesterday, but nobody was here. Everybody off and left George and I alone. George isn't really equipped to do this with me. So we just had to wait. Got it all ready to go. Got the other engine up on the stand and all stripped down and cleaned, ready to go in. So now that we've got some manpower about the shop today, we'll get Andy out here and get him to help rip it out. Get it out on the ground. It's going to get picked up, and then we'll get that thing in there and mocked up, and you're going to watch it. So that was the longest intro, George. Let's do it. That's what we're going to do. Keep moving my arms around because it's cold. Let's do it. Bye.
Got it! Nailed it! That's Patrick's going.
Thank you, mate. Oh, could we get a better?
What? Sorry guys, what's up?
No, you will be, but...
Come on, bring that to a
Thanks for the invite. So, welcome back. Finally, we'll make a start. As you can see behind me, we've got Braaps. So yeah, Braaps is back in for a heap of new mods. To start with, we've got a one-off Pro Mod 6-boost custom-made Mini. New intake. We've got a 100mm Pro Series intercooler, Plazmaman, I think. Yeah, I'd say so. About 100mm. Plazmaman intercooler to go on. Also got some PWR oil coolers in the boot of it, in the boot of Braaps.
I want a beanie.
Or a youngie. Can we get SRS beanies made or what? Yeah. He's got some snazzy seats to go in the Celica, if you want to have a look at these. Currently doing the seat mount brackets. They're universal mount, they come like this, but you've got to make / cut up and weld to where it suits the tabs to bolt the seat to the floor, but otherwise the seat will be loose on the floor. You don't want that. Heaps of goodies going on this puppy. Wait, George. These skates. That's what we're doing. We got Youngie over here doing a bit.
Hello.
That's where we're at. Leave it with me. Gonna go make some mounts. George wanted me to talk, I did a talk, and now I'm gonna go do some stuff. And some stuff will be finished, and then George can come film the finished stuff, and we'll talk.
Free cat, no chicken.
Wow.
But it's a nice knot.
It's nice not to.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Yours
No,
is
it's not.
messy.
See, look at yours there.
Love sports coops, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Can't wait to get this tennis court today. My neck's already getting
Can't
sore.
wait for this 3-hour drive to the beach in Dad's sports car.
It's Sunday though.
Yeah.
Dad loves driving his car on Sunday. Want to push there, sir? Ew, my pipe just leaked a bit of poo.
Me, an empath, sensing he wants to push.
Does that not sound like a 90s like porno? XXX, Sunday M hotline, Tuff. Imagine filming a porno in the back of that. No, look on your glass too, it's like a porno label.
What?
They're on all the glasses.
What?
The XXX.
Do you think you're funny or something?
No, it's just what's labelled on the Jaguar's fucking window. Can you pull that out? What did I do? I stuck it. Thank you, George. Not another bolt spared. Couple of spares now though. Do you know what's crazy, George?
You know what's crazy, George?
So they took 3 jingle bells to make a rock. 3. Crazy, eh?
Picasso. Why are you so quiet, Daniel? Huh?
Beg your pardon?
Hey?
What did you say?
Why are you so quiet?
So we're sitting at the forklift. I like the sound.
Your system's right now.
What do you want?
I just want to get that one off. You hate to see it. Come.
That's why it's the diesel. Yeah. It's bad. It's like a film.
George, can you fetch me a Red Bull, please? Alright.
Oh yeah. Get the dog, Russ.
I laughed too hard now, I'm dizzy.
Anyway, we'll see you next week.
Good morning. Good morning. It's Monday morning. Back at the shop. It's cold. We got Braaps, so we've made the start on Braaps. We've got the 80mm. It's 80mm. We've worked out it's an 80mm Pro Series Plazmaman cooler. We've got to redo all the cooler piping, obviously, because of the new intercooler and stuff. So we've gone Plazmaman clamps all around this time. So the throttle body, it was cracked out. So I did fix that and finish it down. So that's, I nearly call it machined. I nearly say it's machined in there. Daniel machined anyway. We've gone with the red clamps. Red clamps look hot. We've got the Pro Mod manifold that's been custom made for this, so it's going to be a bit tricky getting our dump pipe past the wastegate, because we also have to have intercooler pipe all across here somewhere, so that's going to be a bit of a mission. We do have the seats in. We got the seats mounted, and Chris come around and sat in them. Very happy with how they sit, etc. He does have a lot littler legs than Daniel, so he needs the adjustment. Browse turned out sweet, seats fit good, yeah. Other than that, George and everyone watching, we've really only just made a start on this little car, so stay tuned. Come along for the ride and we will rebuild. My fingies are cold. See that green bit there, George? That's eco-friendly turbos that's what that's for. It's for the greenies. All coolers, got to put in 2 new coolers, so pulled out the old power steering cooler because it was unnecessary. So I got a PWR, I think it's like a coupler O1. Just a coupler. We're going to be running AN lines for... Go off! We're going to be running AN, he wants to run AN fittings for radiator and stuff because of the turbo. Where the turbo's mounted, you can see we've got a bit of a tissue here, George. So we're gonna probably relocate that, I'd say, over to this side, duck and weave once we work out where that's gonna go. And yeah, it's a great way to stay in shape. Can you keep it down?
Keep it up.
Jeez Louise. These fellas, George. And here's another one.
And another one.
And here's another one. And yeah. Celica, George.
Oh, where could my postman be? Took him away from me. What am I sitting on?
A few moments later.
The mailman turned up earlier today and delivered us our Tuff mount 5 litre to LS1 conversion mounts. So this car originally, well, not originally, this car when it came to us had a 5 litre in it out of a Commodore. So when they did that conversion, they welded the Commodore style mounts onto the chassis, which meant that we were able to get LS1 to 5 litre conversion mounts, and they just bolted into the chassis. So saved us a lot of time. Can you stop getting rid of the nest?
There's animals in here.
Saved us a lot of time fabricating mounts and trying to get engine position central and stuff like that, because we could just bolt the mounts up, drop the engine in and bolt it up, and it was done. Like, so pretty much saved, I'd say, at least a day just by getting those mounts, which is really good. So sort of hurried the project along a little bit, and then I've got the Turbo 400 bolted up to the engine temporarily back here so that we can start working on the gearbox cross member. So we were originally hoping that we might be able to reuse that, but it's not going to work out the way we want it to. So we're going to fab up, well, Daniel's going to fab up a new one.
Sure.
And then from there, we're going to work on getting some headers in this thing, and then running an exhaust down yonder past the 4 shock absorbers that Daniel just lost his brains about.
So we've just come down the back of the car of the Jaguar down here, and we've ran into a bit of a, I don't even know what you'd call it there, Sam, you know? Bit of a discovery, I'd say. So we're running, right, in this back of this Jag, four shockies, right? They're struts and shockies. And then, look at our diff, our brake setup, George. Who on earth sticks their brakes next to your diff? It's mind blowing. Got me stumped. Look at the bullies. Check out the bullies on it. Mate, this thing will hold up that much horsepower, I reckon, down the strip. Get a load of it, George. It's f***ing crazy. It's just like sussing these little things out here, right? And I was like, what are they doing there? And then I was like, what are they doing there? And then I was like, what are these doing here? Got me absolutely mind-boggled right now. Weed out my bum. Whoop.
It'll be sick. So that's what we're doing. That's what we've done. That's what we've done. That's what you just watched.
Yep.
And there'll be more for you to watch in the next video at Street Race Solutions.
Could we all just take a moment over and see what Young's doing?
What's he doing?
Sitting in his car with his bonnet up.
He's going to do a service, waiting for it to service itself.
Yeah.
All right. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hey, Ray.
Put it out my way.